please, enough for your mind, give a break. When people face stress, many find that the strain can compound with thoughts of not only this stress, but about events or issues that occurred within the past, or maybe events which will occur within the future. If you've experienced this type of stress, you'll have noticed that equivalent thoughts replay over and once again in your mind, creating an endless loop and increased worry. This thought pattern not only does nothing to assist solve the issues at hand, but it also can interfere with healthy practices which will help create inner peace, like restful sleep. The solution is to clear your mind and provides yourself an opportunity from these recurring, compounding stressors. With a refreshed approach, you'll be ready to solve your problem or a minimum of compromise on an answer that's manageable. Positive effects of clearing your mind. The process of replaying equivalent thoughts over and over in your head is understood as rumination. Research has shown that rumination are often harmful in many ways, one which having the ability to clear your mind and free yourself from the negative practice is a crucial skill to master. One of the most problems with rumination is that once you specialize in disturbing events within the past or future, you create anxiety for yourself within the present. This anxiety triggers your stress response and robs you of joy within the moment. The result could also be chronic stress, an unhealthy condition which will cause a number of physical, mental, and emotional problems. By learning to avoid rumination or manage it successfully, you'll be ready to maintain or achieve an improved state of mind. Better rest. Rumination has been found to affect rest. 2. Not only does rumination delay the time at which you stop stressing about, say, work and begin relaxing at the top of the day, but it can affect your sleep also. With less time to rejuvenate and longer feeling unpleasant, those that ruminate get a double dose of stress with limited ability to recover. By managing rumination better, you'll be ready to spend longer both awake and asleep during a more restful state. Decreased cortisol. Chronic stress, which is exacerbated by rumination, is assumed to contribute to illness through the overactivation of stress-responsive biological systems. Rumination can also alter the body's stress-responsive systems by amplifying and prolonging exposure to physiological mediators, like cortisol. 3. Cortisol may be a hormone that's released by the adrenal glands and is usually referred to as the stress hormone. Cortisol plays several important roles within the body which will affect the way you are feeling. For instance, it can help to regulate blood glucose levels, regulate metabolism, reduce inflammation, and assist with memory formulation. But prolonged high levels of cortisol are related to negative health outcomes. One study found that those that engaged in rumination had a better level of cortisol in their system by the top of the day, but not higher levels at the start, pointing to the likelihood that the cortisol was linked to their way of handling the day's stresses. 4. The study also demonstrated that rumination, not just the events of the day, is directly associated with increased physical responses to worry. Improved creativity. Rumination can kill your creativity. One study found that those that ruminated about problems at work were less creative on the work, while those that engaged in problem-solving thinking showed quicker recovery off the work. 5. In short, ruminating more often probably means you take your work home with you. On the opposite hand, those that participate in problem-solving thoughts are likely to be more creative and likely more effective on the work and luxuriate in more relaxed recovery after work. Other research has also linked rumination with a decreased ability to ascertain solutions to problems, which may potentially cause more stress. 6. How to clear your mind. Clearing your mind can help combat rumination and should cause better sleep, simpler downtime after work, greater focus, and increased creativity. The practice may even be good for your relationships. So investing a while in mind-clearing strategies is well worthwhile. If your thoughts of a stressful situation become stuck and brooding about an occasion not results in positive change, it's time to require steps to clear your mind. Of course, letting go of negative emotions is simpler said than done. There are methods, however, that you simply could also be ready to use to quiet your mind and luxuriate in what life has got to offer within the here and now. 1. Meditate. Research shows that meditation are often helpful in facilitating forgiveness, 7. Letting go of rumination, and reducing negative emotions. Meditation provides many other benefits, as well. To start a meditation practice, simply find an area where you'll sit and relax. Then observe your thoughts without becoming attached to them. Once you've noticed them, allow them to go and convey your focus back to this moment. 2. Cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of becoming fully immersed in an activity, instead of in your thoughts about other things. 8. Mindfulness may be a great option for busy people. While it involves slowing down and that specialize in one thing, it doesn't involve stopping all activity the way traditional meditation does. Completing one activity with mindfulness are often a restorative thanks to clear your mind and obtain things done. Try cleaning an area, clearing out a closet, or cooking a healthy meal. 3. Engage in expressive writing. If your mind is crammed with stressful feelings, it's going to be helpful to offer end to the thoughts and express them through writing. Journaling allows you to delve deeper into the topics that plague your thoughts. By fully experiencing and examining your emotions, you'll be ready to brainstorm solutions and examine alternative ways of watching your problems, a technique referred to as cognitive restructuring. When you first begin, set a time limit so you don't get stuck in rumination. Multiple studies have found that 20 minutes is an effective amount of time for positive mental and emotional change without sliding into rumination. 4. Distract yourself. Sometimes, the best thing you can do to clear your mind is to change your focus. Get out and exercise with a friend. Get involved with a project or a hobby. Lose yourself in a good book for a few minutes. Activities such as Tai Chi and karate can also be used to clear your mind. The simple act of distraction is an excellent way to bring positive activities into your life and take a break from stress and worry. 10. 5. Connect with friends. You may have noticed that when you're overly stressed and entrenched in rumination, you're not as much fun to be around. As a result, your relationships may suffer. Conversely, focusing on positive relationships can minimize stress and the tendency to ruminate. By strengthening your relationships, you provide yourself with a healthy coping technique. Research has found that those with strong social connections tend to use rumination less to cope with stress. These people also have lower rates of depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and stress-linked inflammatory responses. 11. Processing your problems with an empathetic friend can be a healthy distraction and a highly effective coping method. But even if you choose not to discuss your problems, the simple act of getting together can be useful to clear your mind. It's a fun and healthy way to deal with stress and anxiety. 6. Avoid ruminating. One danger to watch for is the potential for co-rumination. Co-rumination involves continually revisiting and talking about problems with friends. 12. This type of behavior can lead to negative feelings and exacerbate feelings of anxiety and depression. Talking to friends can be an important outlet, but it is important to remember that not all forms of support are necessarily helpful. Healthy emotional processing involves thinking about things realistically, often finding ways to solve problems or find the positives. Rumination typically involves repetitive thoughts that only focus on the negative. If you find yourself dwelling only on the negative when talking to a friend, it's likely that you are engaging in unhelpful co-rumination. Look for ways to process your feelings and find support without slipping into rumination and negative thinking.